Hello, today we are going to be thinking about dating the Anemospilia site. So it's really important that you've first had a look at this PowerPoint, Systems of Dating, and this short video on how radiocarbon dating works, because they're going to be central to our understanding of dating the Anemospilia site. Just as an overview, we have stratigraphy and topology, which are relative dating methods, meaning they don't give us a specific date, but we can tell if something is older or younger than something else. And then we have absolute dating, which we can use dendrochronology, so the study of tree rings and tree growth, and radiocarbon dating, also known as C14 or carbon-14 dating, which is analysing the amount of carbon-14 compared to carbon-12 in any once living thing. So it needs to be living, so you can't date it like a whiteboard marker, but you could be able to date a snail. Okay, so we're going to start by having a look at your workbook. So if you can please turn to page 7 in your workbook, and we're going to have a look at dating evidence. And I'll unpack these kind of tricky looking tables. So it's important to note firstly that the dating of Minoan sites is pretty difficult because we're mainly relying on the Egyptian dating system, as well as scientific dating, C14. And then we're comparing these things to topology of things like pottery, and also topology of different architectural features. So you can see here that we have this pottery dating system. MM means middle Minoan, LM means late Minoan, EM means early Minoan, and then each of these phases are divided into even smaller phases. And these are the sort of dates that we come up with. So if we're thinking about the early Minoan third period, well, it's somewhere between 2200 BC, we're dealing BC here, and well, 2000. So it covers about a 200-year span. If we're thinking about the late Minoan second period, we're thinking 1490 to 1405 BC. So we're going to try to find out, where does our Anemospilia site fit within this system of architectural phases, pottery dating, timelines, and also these, where we can see here, this comparison to Greece and what's happening in Greece at the time and what's happening in Egypt at the time, and we can kind of fit Crete somewhere in the middle there, trying to work out what the equivalent dates for Crete. Okay, so to do this, we're going to have a look at this first table, which is a comparison of architectural features at the Minoan site. So down here are all of the different types of architectural features that we find. So we see an altar bench, we see a little niche, a bonfire, and a hearth. A hearth is a fireplace. We see a temenos. Remember, the temenos is that outside wall that is generally associated with a sacred place. We have horns of consecration, which I pointed out in that video yesterday. We're going to have a little deeper look at in the next few lessons. And tripods. And then thinking about, right, where do we see them? So we see these particular types of features at Knossos. We see these particular types of features at Anemospilia. And so we don't yet have a date for the Anemospilia site, but we have a date for all of these other sites. So we can think, right, what do the architectural features at Anemospilia most closely represent? Do they most closely represent this pre-palatial period? Well, not really, because none of these things correspond to what's happening in Anemospilia. Do they can we relate it to this proto-palatial period? Well, we've got a few more similarities happening. Yes, we've got our bench ledge, and we have our niche here, but there really aren't that many similarities. So you need to think, right, what period most closely resembles Anemospilia? We then have a number of different ways to date this site. So we have some pottery shards which were incised with linear A script. Remember, linear A script is our script of the Minoan people. Linear B is our script of the Mycenaean period. So we know how to translate linear B, but linear A is as yet mostly beyond us. Linear A is associated with the period Middle Minoan 1B to Late Minoan 3A. So we're working somewhere in between this time. And we don't have any linear B, so we don't really need to worry about that one right now. We also see that there is increased seismic activity. So that's movements and shaking in the ground caused by earthquakes. And we know that that has something to do with the destruction of our site, and it possibly could have surrounded the eruption of Thera, which we had a look in our first lesson. They've actually been able to carbon date an olive branch that was buried in this area, and they carbon dated that to 1663 to 1599 BC. So it's important to note with our carbon-14 dating, it won't give us like an exact one single date, but it'll give us a date plus or minus, sometimes 20 years, sometimes 100 years. We also have other Minoan sites, such as Knossos, being characterized by affluence. So we have wealthy tombs, construction and art happening in this period, which is the late Minoan 3A, but then it's declining in the late Minoan 3B. And finally, there's this increased evidence of a warrior class from the Middle Minoan to the late Minoan period. So what could this possibly mean? Have we got here an instance of, destruction by people? That this building was actually, there's some sort of increase in martial activity and in conflict during this time. And that's actually the point at which this building collapses. So we see examples of this Minoan warrior class through gems and seal stones. So seal stones are small stones that have been carved out with a particular insignia. We also have bronze weapons from a grave at Chania, and this cool fresco as well of warrior men at Akrotiri. Okay, and finally, we need to think about our pottery. Now, pottery is an awesome way of dating, and it's a really common way of dating sites in the ancient world. So we have this finds of Kamaris ware, which is a style of pottery named after the cave in which some pieces were first found. And so the most important one that we found was the Kamaris ware figure in, vase that was smashed in the corridor that had that beautiful image of a bull on it. What we can see here, A and B, these are from Anemospilia. C is from Knossos, and D is from the Acropolis house. Again, A and B are from Anemospilia, and C and D are from Knossos. So what we need to do is think, right, do these shapes resemble the shapes from other places from the same time period closely enough to say, yes, they were made at a very similar time, and therefore we can say that what's happening at Anemospilia is happening at the same time in Knossos. So these ones from Knossos are from the Middle Minoan 2B and 3B, and from Acropolis House, Middle Minoan 3A and B. And we can see that there are real similarities in the style of this pottery, in the shape, in the spout, in the handle, and even in this decoration as well. The same thing we can do with cups as well. And you can take time to have a look at those in your workbook on page 9. So to summarize all of this, and I've put a link to this slide. How can I get this slide all the way up? There we go. A link to this slide on Connect. We can see that if you plot all of this data, and you're welcome to do this yourself or use the one that I have, you can see that the pottery dating cups comes from approximately this period. The vase painting from this period, the increase in warrior class, well, it goes all the way across this period here. The decline in Minoan wealth is not until this point here. C14 dating of seismic activity is around about this point here. Linear A, well, that goes for this whole period. And the architectural features that are similar, so using topology, we can say they come from around about this date. So now it's up to you. You need to answer question 3. From your general knowledge of the history of the Minoan period and the evidence presented so far, suggest a date for the destruction of the building. You can also use this answer as one of your responses for your portfolio task.